Bitcoin has been dumping to the downside again, but I do think that this will be a big trap. So in today's video, I will need to explain this exactly. Yes, we are dumping to the downside and could be grabbing the lows, but ultimately, I am still going to be expecting a bounce. A relief rally is still going to be on the table, so need to talk about this and much more in today's update video. Need to talk about Ethereum and much more. So as always, let's get started with a shorter time frame. And in a shorter time frame, yes, Bitcoin has been showing its first initial strength after being in this downtrend for a long time. This has been the first proper bounce we have been seeing for Bitcoin, but this night we have been dumping right back to the downside. Now yes, yesterday night I went live in my private Telegram group, which you can join for free, and I re-uploaded this stream over here and also on my YouTube channel in the video section for the members only section. Now in this live stream I did mention the fact that I do think that it was gonna be very likely to still grab the lows, and this was gonna be a very good trading opportunity. So yes, if Bitcoin does decide to move down even lower, well, this will be a very good trading opportunity. And in this live stream, I exactly talked about the triggers and what I want to see for a move back to the upside. And again, now I do think that inevitably a move to the upside is going to be inevitable again, and that even though we can still grab the lows and still create a bullish divergence, I do think that we should see another move to the upside again, because the signals are just super obvious. First of all, we have been in this long downtrend right over here, and even if we're trading in a bull market, we always still see counter trend rallies. So we still see corrections to the downside of 30%, right? And even if we're going to be trading in a bear market, we can still see rallies to the upside and big bounces of 50%. From the low to high, this could mean still easily a move of 30% to the upside before then continuing a move to the downside. Okay, even if in the worst case scenario we are trading in a bear market, this counter trend rally is still easily going to be possible. Now, it would not surprise me to see this counter trend rally and this bounce from this massive level of support until then continuing the moves to the downside. However, definitely the whales do know this too, because Bitfinex whales have been loading up on massive long positions. This is going to be a clear indication that still this move to the upside is going to be inevitable. Like you can see, as always happened, whenever whales have been accumulating long positions, we've always seen bounces to the upside. On top of that, Bitcoin is hitting at massive levels of support. Right over here, Bitcoin final support and also previous resistance turning into support right now. While we have been seeing levels of extreme fear, we have been seeing levels of fear for the past 2 weeks for Bitcoin, and this is usually always also confluencing with a Bitcoin local bottom getting formed. Now on top of that, we have also seen capitulation in the Bitcoin market, and this is also always confluencing with a local bottom. The USDT dominance is reaching a massive level of resistance. If we do get rejected from this level, all the stablecoin dominance will be flowing back into Bitcoin and will be flowing back into crypto, which is going to be providing us with some big buying pressure. On top of that, we are going to be seeing another rate cut in just 9 days time. This could be another narrative that could be coming up soon. So however, these rate cuts are going to be bearish in the medium time frame because they are going to be recessionary rate cuts. I do still think that in the shorter time frame, they are going to be bullish and they can be providing us with somewhat of a bullish narrative in the shorter time frame. On top of that, like I've said many times, always whenever we have broken down the 50 weekly moving average, yes, it has meant the beginning of a bear market, but also we've always been coming back up to be retesting the 50 weekly moving average, and then we continue it into the bear market. So a retest of the 50 weekly moving average, and this Bitcoin relief rally is still going to be quite inevitable, even if in a shorter time frame we are going to be seeing a bit more of a push to the downside, and even if we're going to be seeing the liquidity being grabbed off the lows right here again. So I'm still going to be somewhat bullish. I'm still going to be expecting this retest of the massive moving averages, of the 50 weekly moving average, of the 200 daily moving average, and the 50 daily moving average. still going to be expecting a retest of all of these levels, and I'm still going to be expecting a bit of a relief rally, just like we have also seen in the last cycle, right? Where we created this ascending channel, a double top, and we still saw this relief rally before then continuing even lower, which we can easily see once again. The stock market is still showing somewhat more of a strength, and I definitely do think that the stock market can be providing Bitcoin with a bit of a push to the upside again in that shorter time frame. Now, I do not think that Bitcoin is going to be reaching new all-time highs, but definitely the stock market can easily be doing this still, and it can still show more strength than Bitcoin is doing. Now, anyways, if you are interested in trading, make sure to join a private Telegram group with the first link down below, because over here yesterday I've shared my exact game plan, my exact trades that I'll be taking next. And there are going to be 3 scenarios that I'm going to be watching out for. And in this video, I exactly shared what I'm going to be watching out for myself. So make sure to join. It is absolutely free to join. And also, if you're interested in trading, make sure to be doing it over on 2bit, because you can claim a free 50 USDT futures bonus. And also on top of that, if you're going to be depositing a little bit, you can also be claiming some big bonuses. If you deposit 150k, you'll get a free 30k USDT deposit bonus, which is definitely very valuable. Make sure to be checking out all of the terms and conditions over here. But with that second link down below, you can be claiming everything, all of the bonuses, a 50 USDT bonus, which is definitely very valuable. No KYC, no deposit is required for this free 50 USDT. Make sure to claim this free 50 USD voucher with that second link down below. Anyways, going even further, yes, and that long term, I've been bullish throughout the entire bull market right over here. I've been getting bearish at the exact tops right over here. And yes, I do think that we are looking rather a bit more bearish in the longer time frame. However, in the shorter time frame, I can still be somewhat bullish. I can be expecting somewhat of a relief rally and a bit of a short-term counter trend rally, right? This is what I've been expecting in the last 2 weeks or so. Now, still in that longer time frame, I do think that we are looking somewhat more bearish, and we should still be awaiting lower price targets, and we should be having a look into lower accumulation levels. Now, I'm gonna be telling you exactly what this means for Ethereum a little bit later. A big Ethereum update is coming up, but definitely for the Bitcoin price, well, I do think that we have hit that bear market, right? Like I've been explaining multiple times already, the signals have been blatantly obvious. We've been reaching the end of the 4-year cycle. We've been hitting the second Fibonacci level of resistance. We've been breaking the parabolic trend to the upside, and many more signals like altcoins pushing up, like Michael Saylor, his buying pressure is diminishing. He's buying less and less Bitcoin. On-chain indicators like the MVRV score, they have been hitting a massive level of resistance. They have also been seeing diminishing returns, and we are seeing a bearish divergence on many of the on-chain indicators like the MVRV score, like the apparent demand with the initial spike, after that fading demand. So yeah, everything is just confluencing. Dollar currency NX pushing back to the upside again, reaching this massive level of resistance. And OG whales have been dumping all of their Bitcoin. So I'm going to be having a look into lower accumulation levels, even though in a shorter time frame I might be expecting a bit of a bounce. Ultimately, for this bear market, I'm going to be having a look into lower targets, okay? Specifically below the 200 weekly moving average. I think below this level, there are going to be great accumulation levels. And I'm going to be utilizing a dollar cost averaging strategy. The lower we will go, the more aggressively I will buy with my dollar cost averaging strategy. That is going to be my game plan, what I'm going to be doing myself. Anyways, for Ethereum, well, it is going to be kind of the same like for Bitcoin, right? If we can be seeing a break back above the 3K US dollar level, I do think that we have seen a very nice liquidity grab below the previous level of support, and we can be moving to the upside again. We can see a push to about 3.5K, maybe 3.6K US dollar, okay? But I do not think that we're going to be seeing new all-time highs still for this cycle for Ethereum. I do think that ultimately Ethereum as well is going to be entering a bear market, and we can be seeing lows below the previous bear market lows getting reached. Below the 1K US dollar, I think we're going to be seeing 3 figures Ethereum again for this bear market. Let's see about that. But definitely, one thing is going to be for certain, whenever we're going to be reaching these ultimate lows for Ethereum, it is going to be providing us with some very good buying opportunities. And I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that, because ultimately Ethereum is still going to be a great asset. And ultimately, I do still think that Ethereum can be seeing some massive returns in the future. Even if this bear market, it might be reaching 3 figures. Well, ultimately, I do think that once QT is going to be ending, and once we are going to be seeing QE, I do think that Ethereum will be exploding to the upside again. So yeah, I do not want to be sounding all too bearish right over here. Ultimately, I'm still going to be one of the biggest bulls on cryptocurrencies. Okay, I want to be accumulating more and more cryptos, but I just want to be realistic about this coming bear market, what I do expect. Now, however, anyways, with that being said, again, in a shorter time frame, there are multiple time frames out here, guys. In that shorter time frame, I am still going to be expecting a bit of a relief rally back to our moving averages. And if we break back above our moving averages, I want to change my opinions about the markets very quickly. I want to be adaptive very quickly about the market. So want to be making sure that you want to be aware of that. Anyways, guys, with that being said, make sure to check out all of the links in the description. My Platinum group, a free 50 USDT trade. And anyways, guys, with that being said, make sure to like this video. And guys, I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.